What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, 3-division world champion, currently the unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, VASILY Lomachenko, does an interview to promote his upcoming showdown, Unification Showdown, which is being considered an undisputed showdown with undefeated IBF lightweight superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez, in which he was on the show with Teddy Atlas, and he stated that he feels like Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated 2-division world champion, currently the WBA lightweight world champion, regular champion, Gervonta Tank Davis is being too much of a businessman and not wanting to have legacy fights. He's standing and hiding behind his promoter in legendary former 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, FLOYD Money Mayweather, who turned promoter and CEO of Mayweather Promotions. So VASILY Lomachenko is stating that, Gervonta Tank Davis don't want that fight. He was asked, that's the fight that the people want to see, him versus Gervonta Tank Davis. He says, that's the fight that I want. Unfortunately, that's not the fight he wants. He's just looking to be a businessman. He stated that, we saw Floyd Mayweather after the fight state that, VASILY Lomachenko, after one of Tank Davis's fights, when asked about it, Floyd Mayweather stated that, VASILY Lomachenko, is aging. Why should we fight him right now? We got other fights on the table, right? And VASILY Lomachenko said, you see, that's a bad attitude to have in the sport of boxing. It's only but so much money you need in life. He says that, but you should be looking to build your legacy and looking to, look to be the best. He says, but instead, he's following after Floyd Mayweather footsteps and just simply looking to be a businessman. So he doesn't even know if that fight will ever come to fruition. That's unfortunate because that is a huge fight. And VASILY Lomachenko now have been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for the better part of 2 years now. And he cannot land the fight. Like he stated, Floyd Mayweather just doesn't seem too eager or interested in lining up his fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis with VASILY Lomachenko. Instead, we will see Gervonta Tank Davis face 4-division Mexican superstar world champion Leo Santa Cruz at 130-pound weight limit. Gervonta Tank Davis recently fought Yuriokis Gamboa at 135 pounds. He made his 135-pound debut, in which he failed to make the weight. Nonetheless, he won the fight, stopped Yuriokis Gamboa at 135. Now he's going back down to 130, where a lot of people feel like he has trouble making the weight at 130. VASILY Lomachenko said that after he becomes undisputed at 135, he himself is looking to go back down to 130. He says that's where he's better suited to be a 130 pounder. He's just looking to make history at 135. But he's not a very big guy at all whatsoever. So he said, I'm better suited to campaign at 130. So he's going to go back down to 130 and look to become undisputed at 130. And there's some major players at 130 for VASILY Lomachenko. The first person that comes to mind for me is undefeated former WBO super featherweight world champion Shakur Stevenson. That would be a match made in heaven for the boxing fans, hardcore boxing fans, and fans of the sweet science, because they are both high qualified, high profile boxers, right? So that would be with high ring generalship, so ring IQ. So that would be a boxer's dream, right? To see that fight come to fruition. Shakur Stevenson is looking to capture some belts at 130. He's looking to fight Miguel Burchett, who's the WBC champion at 130. He's also looking to fight, ironically enough, a friend of his and a stablemate, Jamel Herring, who's the WBO world champion there. And then Joseph Jojo Diaz, who is the IBF champion. But he too has to fight a rematch with Tevin Farmer, who was the former IBF champion, in which Joseph Jojo Diaz took the belt from Tevin Farmer. So there's a lot of pieces on the chessboard that can be moved around and big fights can be made. But the one everybody clamors to see for quite some time was VASILY Lomachenko versus Gervonta Tank Davis. And we hear everybody says Gervonta Tank Davis is the face of the sport of boxing. He's the next pay-per-view king. Well, you got to fight fighters like this, right? These are big fights. Leo Santa Cruz only had one fight at 130. Nonetheless, he's highly qualified as a boxer. He's 4-division world champion. He's nothing to sneeze at, right? So he has one loss on his resume that came at the hands of Carl Frampton, and he avenged that loss immediately in the rematch. So Leo Santa Cruz is a legend in his own right. So this is a qualified fight. This is not to take anything away from Gervonta Tank Davis. But moving forward, everybody's going to be calling for a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko should Lomachenko get past Teofimo Lopez, which is looking to be October 17th. Originally, it was stated that it was being reported that it was going to be October 3rd. Now it looks like they're going to move it back to October 17th. There was some, they hit a snag when Teofimo Lopez wasn't too eager to accept the $1.2 million offer he was offered, and knowing that Vasily Lomachenko was scheduled to make $3.5 million. So Teofimo Lopez wasn't happy with that. He wasn't willing to accept that. And since then, as of late, they upped the ante, and now he will be receiving $1.5 million, right? So he got a $300,000 increase. It was said that Vasily Lomachenko took a pay cut so Teofimo Lopez could accept the fight. Teofimo Lopez recently came out and stated that wasn't true. So I'll make a video regarding that. Nonetheless, we got to stay on topic, and the topic is Vasily Lomachenko versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Not to mention, I personally feel like Gervonta Tank Davis will win that fight against Vasily Lomachenko. I think he's explosive. I think he's powerful. He's a southpaw. He has boxing ability. He has a high ring generalship. And he's accurate with his punches. I think that he's too big and too strong, too fast for Vasily Lomachenko. Nonetheless, we got to see him in the ring and see him actually, see that through, right? And win the fight. So, but that's definitely a fight the boxing world is clamoring for. I don't mind waiting, maybe 2 fights down the road, due to the fact that with everything going on with the pandemic and with social distancing and fans and not being allowed at live sporting events, and it's just different right now. So if you push it off for a second, and maybe in the near future we get a resolution and things get back to somewhat normal and fans are allowed back in the stadiums at live sporting events, that's a fight that needs to have live sporting events. That's not a fight that you have no fans in attendance. Me personally, that's my train of thought, right, regarding this fight. But I definitely think if Vasily Lomachenko gets past Teofimo Lopez, which I'm expecting Teofimo Lopez to be successful in that fight, but if he does get past Teofimo Lopez, there's definitely other fights for him. There's Devin Haney fight, right? There's tons of fight for Vasily Lomachenko, and there's other options as well for Gervonta Tank Davis, right? There's a fight with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. had been calling him out. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. also won a rematch with Lomachenko, as Lomachenko put the only blemish on his record and his resume. So there's a lot of fights to be made. I wanted to see Gervonta Tank Davis and Vasily Lomachenko live, right? Live fans. That's a great atmosphere, and that's what I think that needs to happen regarding that fight. But nonetheless, it needs to happen, and it needs to happen pretty soon, right? I don't want to hear Floyd Mayweather sounding like he's trying to age Vasily Lomachenko out. That's not good for the sport of boxing. That's not good for the perception of Gervonta Tank Davis. You don't have to do that, because I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis have all the skills. He has all the necessary tools to beat Vasily Lomachenko. He doesn't have to wait until he shows signs of slippage and Father Time is starting to play a part in his career before he accepts the fight. I believe in Gervonta Tank Davis' skills. I think that he can win the fight. And, obviously Vasily Lomachenko is confident in himself. Floyd Mayweather needs to be more confident in Gervonta Tank Davis. But he has obviously a closer look on the inside, and there's a reason why he's hesitant to make that fight happen. But there's big fights, mega fights out there, not to mention another fight that seemed to be already scheduled and already on the verge was a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan King Riot Garcia, who's another undefeated lightweight superstar boxer who is looking to fight Luke Campbell, right? The British superstar boxer who lost to Vasily Lomachenko in his last fight, with the vacant WBC title. He also has another loss to Jorge Linares. So, but Luke Campbell is definitely a major player in the sport of boxing. And, you know, Ryan Garcia is not going to have an easy outing with him. So, like I said, if you get Ryan Garcia wins the fight against Luke Campbell, then Gervonta Tank Davis, as he was already scheduled to face Ryan Garcia, fights Ryan Garcia should he get past Leo Santa Cruz, as I highly expect him to do. And then Vasily Lomachenko gets past Teofimo Lopez. There's the Devin Haney fight for Vasily High-Tech Lomachenko, as Vasily Lomachenko won the vacant WBC title from Luke Campbell, but then vacated and became the franchise champion. So we need to see Devin Haney, who is now the regular WBC champion, face off against Vasily Lomachenko to certify that he would be undisputed at that point in time. But let's see how this all unfolds. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.